Watch it live at AlanCoxShow.com. Thanks. And tip of the hat to Swindy Gluckelstank for assisting in the video department. Thanks very much. Do appreciate it. Guardians are playing tonight down in Miami against the Marlins. It's a 7:10 first pitch. So 6:40 tonight, right after we get out of here, is when that pregame will begin. And then they'll head to Cincinnati. They got 2 against the Reds, and then up to Toronto for a 3-game series against the Blue Jays before they return to Cleveland on the 18th. So they're gone for about a week and a half on the road. Comedian Chris Redd is going to join us next hour. You know him from Saturday Night Live, Keenan's show that was on for a bit. I love that show. That was, unfortunately, a show that didn't last. Kenan Thompson's show. But he's doing hilarities this weekend. He's a very talented dude. So,
a couple of movie roles, or just roles that I really enjoyed him in, were the Pop Star movie where he plays Hunter the Hunter the Horrible, I think is his name, and he was really funny in that. And then what was Donut from Detroiters.
Oh right,
Donut. His whole bit was
I
just
forgot about that.
Making fun of Tim Robinson for being a goofy white dude at a black comedy show.
I forgot about that.
Oh, I love Donut.
Donut. We'll have to mention that to him. Forgot about Donut.
Yeah, Donut's great.
Do you want to talk to Gaylord, Bill? Gaylord wants to talk to you.
Okay, let's talk. Hey, hi, Gaylord.
Hi, Mr. Squire. I just wanted to talk to you about your show Saturday.
Yeah. Madison?
Yes. My wife surprised me today with tickets to your show.
Oh, that's very
And we're going to take an hour-and-a-half trip out there to see you.
Oh, come on. Gaylord. You're in Wellington, yeah?
Yeah.
And your wife surprised you with a 90-minute car ride?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I kept telling her that I wanted to come and start seeing you guys in person. And I'm going to be doing that. So I'll be boring you all by coming out to see you.
Well, I appreciate the support.
I love you all.
That is very kind.
I guess Gaylord's the guy to beat now with how far somebody's willing to go to Bill's show.
Oh,
You've got to beat 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you.
I saw you were also in New York, and I thought, well, I don't think I can drive that far.
Yeah, that's a hike. I'm going to be in Salamanca, New York next Saturday.
Salamanca. Like Hector Salamanca.
Right, but I love you all, and I want to support you all and try to start seeing you in person. So I'll be there to see your shows, one way or the other.
If you want
to be,
if anybody listening,
I'll be stuffed and by a taxidermist or something if the good Lord takes me away or whatever the case is. I'll be there one way or the other. My wife will prop me up in the corner somewhere and have me facing your direction when you're on stage.
Well,
so I love you all.
I appreciate it.
All right, Gaylord, have fun, all right?
If anybody wants to join
All
Gaylord.
right. Thank you once again for having me on the show. I love you.
Of course.
All
All right. Thank you. There's Gaylord, who's tried 90 minutes
from
Wellington to Madison to see Bill tomorrow night. That is dedication.
If anybody else out there listening wants to see me, BillSquire.com. Get those tickets. You can see me and you can meet Gaylord. I wonder if he's going to dress like Santa Claus again.
Wow.
Dressed like Santa Claus last time he came to see me.
What's the venue in Salamanca?
It's a dispensary, I believe.
Oh.
They hit me up
all right.
a while ago.
I only know Salamanca because it's right on the Allegheny River. which is one of the three rivers that converges in Pittsburgh, but it goes all the way up. And I'm pretty sure Salamanca is on the banks of the Allegheny River. And it's probably not far from the Comedy Museum.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go up there, take my girlfriend to the Comedy Museum, and then go do the gig.
There you go.
So it'll be a lot of fun. You got to get up to that Comedy Museum.
I know.
It's so good.
I do.
So good.
I always forget about it. And then I'm like, oh, I want to go up there.
Hey, Alan, Mike in Parma. Just on that black bear thing, last year when I was up or down in Gatlinburg, there was a black bear that was around our cabin all week long. And then on the last day, when we were leaving, packing up the truck, the mama bear actually opened up my passenger side door and got inside my truck. Which was kind of crazy. So I ran out there, banged on the driver's side door, and it finally ran away. So I guess there is something to kind of making loud noises and, being big and things of that nature. So just my kind of 2 cents on it, on how to deal with a black bear. But I think most of the time they're pretty tame and really don't want to be around people.
Loud noises! All right, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Wow, got in his wife's side of the car. You know, if that were like an old timey movie, the guy wouldn't realize it was a bear. He would think it was his wife, and he'd drive home with the bear.
Home, yeah.
Yeah, and then he'd get home. Oh, my God!
He'd look at the bear, and because the bear would be sleeping, and he'd be like, oh, somebody's tired. And then
that's right.
Pull into the driveway and, hey, we're home. And then the bear goes, "Rah!" And he goes, ah! And then the bear starts yelling. Yeah. It's very,
that's right.
Very 80s comedy type moment.
My mother, the bear. What happened? I was reading about how the United States has stunned Pakistan in the World Cup of Cricket. You know, Pakistan is a perennial contender there, and the United States shocked not only Pakistan, but the world. You know how hard it is to shock the world?
Yeah.
And the United States has done it.
Yay.
The Cricket World Cup in Dallas, calling it one of the biggest shocks in cricket history. It's got to suck to get beat by a country that couldn't care less about cricket.
That didn't even know this was going on.
Doesn't even care. And every other country in the world, they love soccer. I know soccer's kind of blown up here, but I mean, cricket
is
miles
not,
to go before I sleep, boy, because
cricket is behind water polo. Like, it is.
People
low.
here are too consumed with pickleball and slap fighting. Cricket is a distant fourth or fifth. And so, congratulations. But if you're in Pakistan and you're like, oh, we got knocked out by the United States, that's a big, big blow to the cricket fans there in Pakistan. The U.S. is, Pakistan's not out yet, but the U.S. beat them. The American team plays India next, with Ireland slated as their final matchup in the opening round of competition. The T20 Cricket World Cup in Dallas. I didn't know this was happening.
I didn't know this was happening either.
No clue this was happening. And I would imagine that 99% of people in this country didn't know that it was happening. So the United States, hashtag let them know what was happening there. Gaylord is like the sloth on Zootopia. I don't know what that means.
Then Zootopia, they go to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and it's all sloths working there.
Oh, I see.
I think it was
Okay.
that. Something like that. It was like some government building, and so like the sloths are just moving so slow and talking so slow, and yeah, it's a funny scene, but it is very similar to Gaylord.
I see. There is a guy in Shreveport, Louisiana. The story is from KTAL Television down there in Shreveport, Louisiana. And all of the other television stations are reporting on it because one of their former television anchors there in the market got scooped up in a pedo sting. Oops. And it was a group of kids pretended. This wasn't an official thing. A group of kids started having conversations with this guy, telling him, pretending to be a 15-year-old girl. Because these dudes are like, yeah, there's guys out there doing this kind of stuff. They're in Shreveport. And
there's so many people that do this. It's just like their YouTube or TikTok channel is just them busting people. There's one where a guy makes the suspected, the guy that was thought he was talking with a 15-year-old girl or something, he makes him bring a burrito. And then he starts eating the burrito while he confronts him like, so you thought you were talking to a 15-year-old girl? And he's just like smashing this burrito while he's doing it. Like he just inhales this burrito while he's telling this guy that
he brought him free lunch and didn't even know what he was walking into.
Yeah, that they're going to turn over all the records to the police and this guy's going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, because now everybody is a citizen Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
I can't control my horny level.
Everybody wants to be that guy now. So because he resigned, Shreveport television news anchor, a guy who was pretty well regarded, had been on television there for a long time. He was also the news director of the station, Bill Lunn. This is a married guy. His wife's pretty foxy. Lunn called police claiming to have been a victim of an assault, but then they determined that that was not true. So he tried to say that these three dudes, they're black teenagers, assaulted him. Antonio Coleman, Cameron Kennan, and Katario Grigsby. They lured him to an address after messaging him and saying that they were a 15-year-old girl. And so the local news talked to these dudes, and they're like, it is unbelievable how many guys are out there doing this. There's a husband and wife anchor team, by the way. They're in Shreveport reporting on this story.
Report claiming a local news anchor who also served as the organization's news director is the subject of an ongoing investigation by Shreveport police. Good evening, I'm Dan Jovic.
And I'm Jackie Jovic. The investigation was sparked due to the efforts of three local men who say they've made it their mission to catch men trying to have sex with underage girls.
They showed us the evidence they have provided to police and share a first-hand account of what they say unfolded that day. It's our top story tonight.
By the way, local news, and this isn't unprecedented, obviously, maybe not the pedo thing, but local news loves reporting stories on anchors from other stations. They love it because it's their competition. And so if somebody screws the pooch, you're working for the CBS affiliate. I mean, these days, you got to, pick up whatever you can in kicks over there. But if the guy at the NBC affiliate, if they catch him in like a hotel with a hooker or something, they love reporting that. Back in the day, they wouldn't because of professional courtesy. But now all bets are off. They'll get right. It's their top story.
Yeah, for sure.
What we catch like child predators.
Antonio Coleman, Cameron Kennan, and Katario Grigsby are self-described predator hunters. For a little over 3 weeks, they've been pretending to be an underage girl online in an effort to catfish local men who are allegedly trying to meet up for sex.
It's just crazy, like how fast they are willing to meet young females. It's just crazy.
The trio says they were surprised by their efforts last Wednesday, May 29th. That day, Shreveport police received a call at 11:04 a.m. The call came from former KTBS News anchor Bill Lunn. According to police and a call for service report obtained by NBC6, Lunn claimed he was the victim of an assault and battery, but a case report on the alleged incident paints a different story. According to the case report, the alleged offense is not for assault and battery, rather for computer-aided solicitation for sexual purposes. These three men are the reason why.
As soon as he seen us, he darted out.
They created a fake meet.
As soon as he saw us, he darted out.
Yep.
He's like, oh, no. You three guys are not a 15-year-old girl.
Profile. That profile is of an underage girl. They say they then wait for men to like the profile and spark a conversation. They say Lunn initiated a conversation Tuesday night.
They had a little conversation going on, and he asked how old she was.
It's his picture. The guy's a local news anchor. He's got his picture. He's wearing like a white linen Don Johnson shirt. It says, Will, 48 years old. He goes by Bill Lunn. This is a married dude, right?
Yeah, that can't control his horny level.
He cannot.
He can't. They can't.
No matter what happens.
I can't control my horny level.
The girl told us she was 15 years old.
Antonio says he was actually the girl. He says he and Lunn exchanged dozens upon dozens of text messages over the next several hours.
Oh, God. I love when they show the texts, by the way, on the news.
Yeah.
So, you free tonight? What you have in mind? I mean, we can just chill at my place and just vibe. Oh, God.
It's so much cringe.
Several hours where the conversation quickly turned to sex.
He was like sending like pictures to her. He was saying he wanted to do this to her, like explicit things I can't see on camera.
Antonio checked the phone number he was texting with. It was the same number Lunn lists on his LinkedIn profile.
I'm like, oh my God.
Homie wasn't even using a burner or
Nothing,
anything. He was
man.
using the phone number from his LinkedIn profile.
I can't control my horny level.
Man. Yeah, these dudes I don't know what they think. They must just be like, well, I don't know. I don't know what they think.
They just
You're a local
get
news
so
anchor, like you're a
worked
public
up
guy.
that they just can't help it, man.
Wow. Must be part of the thrill.
Yeah.
Like a 15-year-old girl's
And-
not
and
going
then
to know
whenever
who
they
a
get
local
caught-
news anchor is either. They're not
Right.
watching the news.
And whenever they get caught, though, it's like I knew this was going to be a scam, a sting, whatever. But they just, even knowing that most of the people out there engaging in this are probably just trying to catch people like them, they still can't help it because they're like, what if this is the one?
Well, not only that,
Terrible,
but I most people are thinking, we're all used to hearing, oh, it's police.
Mm-hmm.
It's law enforcement posing as a kid.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. Here's 3 dudes from the neighborhood who are pretending to
And
be.
there's tons of people doing this now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like civilian pedo posses.
Yep.
God. So I looked to the Facebook. I'm like, this is really his number. This is real Bill Lunn. And so it was just really just crazy.
We were shown images in the text message chain displaying sexually explicit photos that Lunn allegedly sent of himself. Antonio says Lunn set up a meeting date
Those are his wieners, right? His balls.
last Wednesday.
Came on his lunch break from work to come meet her.
According to Antonio, when Lunn arrived at their designated meeting spot, the trio jumped out, informing him of what was happening.
You can see like the guilt in his eyes. Like, he knew like, oh, I'm done.
They say Lunn ran and later called police, saying he was the victim of an assault and battery. The 3 men waited for police to arrive. They say hours of questioning followed. The call for service report shows police spent 4 hours and 21 minutes at the scene. The young men say Lunn was handcuffed in the back of a police vehicle for hours. All parties were released from the scene with no charges filed. Shreveport police told me there is an active investigation into Lunn based on the events of that day. I tried reaching out to Lunn to get his side of the story.
Please leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks. Have a great day.
Bill, this is Dan Jovic calling from NBC 6 News. Trying to get...
Hey, man, I'm your competent. And these guys all know each other. So on camera, he's got to be like, hey, it's Bill Jovic from KTLA. But no, yo, man, it's Bill. What is going on, dude?
Oh, man.
Oh.
Womp, womp.
This guy's probably puckering in his car. He's like, what's
I can't control my horny level.
Oof. Yeah, womp womp indeed. I'm going to take a break here. If you want to send me a text, 35192 for that. AlanCoxShow.com. I want to watch live. Hey, you want to go see Craig Ferguson? He's back doing a stand-up tour that will bring him to the Agora this fall, November the 3rd. I got 2 tickets left. I will hand those off to you coming back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.